Did you press play?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
You don't have to.
I requested. I pressed.
I requested.
Record.
Are you sitting on the cable?
Maybe. No, it's just kind of under my legs. You want me to move?
Maybe
it?
not have it under your legs.
Can you hold my drink?
Can do. I'm holding the table.
Oh.
Just trying not to
Get
kick
off
it.
of me.
You don't want to unplug it.
Okay.
Have you got it?
Yes.
All right. Hey, y'all. Remember Paula Deen? Hey, y'all.
No.
Y'all want some butter? Because that's how she talks.
That was really squishy.
Did you hear my nose? My nose Let me try it again.
Unsealed? Don't.
No.
That's horrible.
No, but stop.
La la la. It's kind of horrible.
Just let me.
Ugh.
That's my nose
Sealing?
Closing.
Unplugging?
Yeah.
Unsclosing.
By unsclosing nosing.
The great unsclosing. Anyway. I feel like we're a little punchy still. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me just get a little. Oh, God.
Take it
what?
Take it easy.
Take your. I don't want to do any more mom insults in case she's listening. It takes it literally.
Are you ready for this?
Even though it's not directly. Yeah.
Because you don't
ready.
seem
I was
ready.
born ready.
You sure don't seem like you were born ready.
Mom wasn't born ready.
So what do you want to talk about?
Okay.
Let's get into it before.
Why am I the initiator?
Because you got your book closed.
Yeah.
So I assume that you had something locked and loaded in that brain of yours.
Don't assume. Don't ever assume.
In that brain of yours. I'm doing air quotes.
I'm going to do air quotes, but they're going to be aimed into your eyeballs. And they just require one open-ended quote.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
You got a turd in your pocket? Is that what I said?
That is.
I forgot already. It's warm in here. This house is not properly insulated.
Don't be a baby. What do you want to talk about?
Fuck you. Stupid hat with loose threads on it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I'm still wearing it.
Yeah, why are you still wearing it? Who are you trying to impress?
You.
You failed.
So what do you want to talk about?
Well, I was just going to talk about how we've...
I put this
Get
here.
off of me.
Thanks.
How we've been marooned for 3 days. Mm-hmm. Marooned. Well, not really. But we've had heating guys. I'm just trying to air out my palms. So
She's putting her hands out like...
Hold my hand.
Looking like a hold my hand gesture.
And you were so like confused and tentative, I thought you were joking,
like, what
but
do you
I think
want
it was
me to do
sincerely
here?
like,
And you're just like, I'm just airing out my sweaty palms.
Yeah, I am. Because it's warm and if I'm not like.
So you're airing it out for me. Because it's like right in front of me.
There's not a lot of room in here. There's not a lot of real estate, you punk ass.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, tone it down.
What do you want to talk about?
So I was just going to say that the guys have been, you're not wearing a watch.
I hit my wrist. I wasn't miming that I was looking at my watch. I'm just
so used to you being rude that every gesture I assume is a rude, sarcastic gesture.
I hit my wrist on this freaking whatever.
What did you just call me? Didn't you just call me like a wuss when I was like, it's warm in here? Well, I was just looking at it.
I don't know why I felt like I needed to look at it. It was just
Excuse me. Anyway, so since today's Wednesday, since Monday, we've been kicked out of the house. What the fuck are you laughing at?
I'm just waiting for you to talk.
We've been kicked out not really kicked out of the house, but we've had 2 or 3 guys in the house replacing the heating system, which is apparently as old as the house, which the house is like from the 40s or 50s. I forget the exact year.
70-year-old heating.
Really old. I'm amazed it still turns on. But so we're getting this expensive pump based. I'm sure there's some more technical name. I don't really know. My mom takes care of it, and then I kind of just run along after her going, wait, what now? Through no fault of hers, but it's just, confusing and expensive. And anyway, so they've been in the house. We have crazy dogs. It's just like not going to work for Brandon to work with the dogs in the house while all these dudes are in the house. So we've been going to his parents' house. We get up at the butt crack of dawn, go to his parents' house, lug all our stuff, our computers, etc., and then like wait for them to be done so we can come back home, sleep. And it's just kind of exhausting. I know that sounds really whiny, but it's kind of, I don't know, unless there's something else going on, like with the weather change, like I feel kind of exhausted, like just displaced, out of sorts. I think I'm really sensitive to being displaced.
You have to pack your stuff up.
Yeah.
And then go to a place, unpack it. Mm-hmm. Then you have in your mind that, oh, people are in our personal space, mm-hmm. you know, and then come home, pack up again, and then mm-hmm. unpack. So, you know,
and then do it again the next day. And then, so this is the third day. Luckily, they got done earlier than we kind of expected, which was a thrill. So we packed our stuff up, came home, and thought, oh, let's record. So we've just been living that life, which is not, I mean, we're really grateful that, you know, we got this new heating system, and yeah. So it's just interesting to be in someone else's space and not want to totally just like, you know, spread your stuff out, and because you want to be respectful. And I think that's partly what, you know, where I'm just not like 100% comfortable is, you know, yeah. And then we had some mishaps, so Brandon ate something yesterday. Uh-huh. Is that okay?
Sure.
I mean, we kind of talked about going there, but so we ate something yesterday. We thought it might have been the chicken tortilla soup from Oliver's, but we're not sure because I feel okay. I feel a little off, but not like you.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, there's so many. Never mind.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. You're lovely. So multiple bouts of explosive diarrhea, would you say?
You know, like, I hate to be this gross about it, but like, you know, peeing out of your butt level.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't expect you to go there.
I mean,
I'm picturing Dumb and Dumber, which Jeff Daniels' character.
Oh my gosh.
When Jim Carrey, like,
totally
doses him with X-Lax because he thinks he's trying to steal his girlfriend.
Ultra doses him.
He's just like, his legs are like shooting up into the air because of the powerful. And then she's like, just so you know, the toilet doesn't work. Nightmare. Yeah. Stuff of nightmares. But,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So poor Brandon, multiple last night or just this morning?
Just this morning. I woke up super early and was like, oh my gosh, I have to use the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And then like, it's been like 3 or 4 times now, mm-hmm. and it's only barely noon, mm-hmm. right?
No, it's like 2 or 3. I think it's getting to.
So it's only barely 2 or 3 o'clock.
But I think it was by noon you had like 3 bouts, and then so, you know, that happened this morning, and then happened again, and then the guys came. And my mom already left for work. And then so my mom doesn't really, like, we're like into matches and incense, Nag Champa, mm-hmm. which is just like a nice generic incense, and just matches. I'm fine with just matches, but sometimes they just don't do it. And then my mom down in her bathroom has like, she prefers like the spray, I guess. And it's like a cinnamony kind of thing. So I just come downstairs this morning because you were trying to get some privacy. So you went down there. And I just get hit on the way down the stairs with just this wave
of cinnamon,
apple cinnamon or cinnamon. And I'm like, oh!
With a hint of diarrhea.
And then so we figure by the time the guys show up at like 8, that's going to have, you know, dissipated. Well, we walk out of the house to go get in the car, and the guys pull up. And then I'm like coming back into the house to show one of the guys like, oh, here's where we want the little thermostats, because they're like individual units. So a thermostat's going to go in each room. So there's 4 rooms. And then as we walk back in the house, I'm like, oh Lord, like I can still smell it.
Oh my gosh.
And I just like, what are you going to say?
Well, I blew up both bathrooms in the morning. So like I went downstairs to try to not wake anybody up because I was like, this is not going to be good.
Right. But I'm like thinking, oh shit, that's why he went down there, because he goes down there when he wants privacy. And I'm like, I don't think he realizes that my mom is just about to wake up. Yeah. So she's going to go down there to have to probably take a shower.
When I was coming out, she was going.
And either she was being super polite or she really didn't smell, because I was like, I'm really sorry, you know, like,
No,
Brandon's having some issues. And
I apologize. I was like,
yeah,
I'm so sorry to blow up the bathroom. I didn't, because, you know, I was going to say, I
yeah,
didn't know you were going to be going like right into a shower.
right.
And she was like, don't even worry about it.
She's like, I can't smell it. Maybe it's a thing of old age. And I was like, okay, well, either you're being super sweet or thank goodness you can't smell, which is kind of a concern.
I sprayed a lot of it, you know, a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But then upstairs, then I was like, I got to use the bathroom upstairs now.
It just, I felt a little bad for the guy, but I was like, I'm not going to say anything. Like, yeah, we had some chicken tortilla soup yesterday and woo.
If that's what it was.
I was like, I'm sure he's put up with worse. Our house is relatively clean. But it was just kind of a funny thing, like walking back in going like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you went through that, though.
That's fine.
And thanks for making it, you know.
I just hope it's not something
for
like
podcast.
serious, because fuck.
Well, if you're feeling a little better after your 4th go-round today.
Yeah. Maybe it was just something I ate.
Just keep pounding the water, right? I mean,
yeah,
as long as you're able to, as long as you're not vomiting. Anyway. So,
super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. Yeah.
And then I had to go to the bathroom in his parents' house, and I was like, is there spray? And then he went looking for the spray in the other bathroom. And I mean, no one likes toilet stuff. I feel like if you do, you got real issues. But you especially, like, you have real issues. And I mean, I do have like nightmare issues, but like more like with gross poopy toilets. But
I have like regular, you know, gross issues with it. Like, okay, I'm grossed out by it.
But you're you're much more mindful of like contamination and cross contamination, and so I feel like that was, you know, part of your irritation, sending it to another level. So he goes, oh yeah, there's spray in here, excuse me, in like the main kind of guest or house bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go back and use the back bathroom
at my parents'
which of
house.
Course, yeah, I didn't end up having to go, which was nice. So he pulls out the spray, tries to take the lid off.
No, I picked it up by the cap, thinking the cap would stay on.
Yeah.
It stayed on long enough to where when I was holding it directly above the toilet, that's when it decided to cut itself loose and plummet into the toilet.
Plunked. There was a bit of a splash.
I was so fucking
pissed.
You were.
Charlie was quite scared. He was like, is it okay? Because he's in there.
It's just like timing. Like the gods of fate were just like,
this guy needs another kick up the ass today.
They were just laughing their asses off, I'm sure. Like right when I lifted it above the toilet.
Yeah.
To spin and turn toward you to hand it to you.
So that was fun. So then you had to fish a thing out of the toilet, scrub it with Comet. Make sure there's no splat, you know, wipe the toilet down.
Yeah, and toilets hold on to like 20% of the water from the previous flushes.
Why did you have to tell me that? I don't
I'm pretty sure I told you that before.
I purged that.
That's important information.
I would like to purge it so that then it's not haunting me. I will be having nightmares tonight.
Well, I used a bag, which I don't like to waste that. I don't like to waste a bag and then, you know, have that out there. But anyways, I used a bag because there are no gloves around and picked it up out of the toilet, dropped it in the sink, threw a bunch of Ajax all over it. And yeah, super cool.
That was fun. That was a fun moment.
I just thought the timing was incredible.
And then I didn't even use it.
Yeah, you didn't even have to use it. Just pointless.
I wanted to.
A pointless endeavor with its pointless trials and
tribulations.
Tribulations. Are you rapping now?
No, I just had trouble saying the word. Thanks for calling it out.
Sorry, I didn't know you had a stutter. Sorry.
Just a temporary, you know, maybe I had a little stroke. Gosh.
That's not funny. Anyway, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
That book. Open up that book.
No, look, make it more natural. Look, I'm trying to make it natural. Like, what?
That's
why
stupid.
are you putting your arm on me? That feels a bit patronizing or something.
What? No.
I don't. Okay. It's just affectionate. That's cool. Thanks.
So what have we got in the way of notes for things to talk about?
Thank you for spelling it out. Oh, that feels really nice. Maybe we can just pause.
No.
Well, it's hard because that is not really a segue.
You don't have to segue.
It is important to me.
I think having good content is more important than smooth segues.
I don't think it should.
Think of like Mitch Hedberg. Hedberg. Think of Mitch Hedberg.
That's 10 minutes right there.
What are you talking about?
Of you
trying to get his name right. Think of Mitch Hedberg and how he would say his jokes. They were all over the place. People loved him.
People love that guy.
People loved that guy. He's gone now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had no smooth transitions. I don't think, at least, if my memory.
Yeah, but his jokes were of that sort that they were meant to be a bit random. That's not like, a podcast. I don't know.
Well, I think if we delve into each topic enough and, if there's quality to it, that's what matters.
I wrote down lizard death at Brandon's hands.
Oh, yeah.
I'd really like to hear about that.
So I was playing around with a stick in the front yard, in that side yard at my parents' house.
Your favorite toy?
Not like a dog. I was like spinning a stick around because I thought I was like Donatello or something.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like a baton.
Not the painter.
I figured.
The Ninja Turtle.
The sad thing is that when you say Donatello, Michelangelo, the first people I think of, quote unquote, people are the Ninja Turtles, not the artists.
Also, I don't think they ever were known to do anything with sticks except like paintbrushes. I mean, I don't think Donatello ever did stick fighting.
You don't know.
That's true.
I'll put him in a box.
Maybe that's why he's the purple one with the stick, right?
I don't remember their weapons except is it Raphael that has what are the forky looking
ones?
Ones? The what?
It's like it's called a sai.
Oh, I think you've told me this before, but
not scythe.
Yeah.
But sai.
Okay.
I think.
How do you spell it? Like SAI or something?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
And then the one who's like a surfer dude, is that Michelangelo? What does he have?
Michelangelo, I thought, was the red one.
I think Raphael's the red one.
Raphael, I think, is the orange one with the nunchucks. But I don't know.
I think you got him switched. Maybe. And then who's the blue one?
Originally they were all red.
Maybe Raphael was... Oh, really?
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Interesting. I was going to say interesting in any way. Interesting. That was weird. So how did we get on the turtles?
So I was playing with a stick.
How the
and like spinning a stick, and I think I lost hold of it, and it flew off and hit a lizard that was sunbathing.
How?
It was crazy how like direct,
perfectly horrible it was.
It hit, and it just killed it.
Maybe he was already dead.
He was not. I saw him spasm and then die, and I was so sad. Like, why?
Why, God? Why?
It's similar to the like only obviously dealing with a life, but it's similar to It's similar to when I was picking up that spray, and it was just like perfect, just like perfect timing to drop directly into a toilet. It was kind of like that. Like, why did it have to be so perfect? Perfectly horrible.
Oh, that is sad.
And I was little.
Love lizards. Is that when your true love of them began, or?
No, I always liked them.
Okay. I just wondered if that was like, you went through life trying to make amends to all the lizards.
No. No.
That's really tragic because you really love lizards. And that's so random. So did you never play with a stick again? You never twirl a stick again?
And that actually reminds me of
another animal another animal I killed.
No. My skateboarding incident and why I quit skateboarding, because I think that was another thing we had put on the list.
Let me just find it so I can cross it off.
What are you doing? Fumbly. That's going to be quite loud, I think, because it's like fine. Right next to the mic.
We can de-amplify it. We got all the tools now.
So I used to like skateboarding. I sucked at it, but I used to like it. and I could do like, I think they were called like pop shovets, I think is what they were called. I don't remember, where you spin the board 180 degrees underneath you, but you don't spin. And kick flips. I was almost able to do a kick flip. I was very close, and I kicked it up and landed on the board. It almost, what would you call it? Pierced, skewered
Split
me.
You?
I almost became a kebab.
Man.
I mean, it was like just to the left or right of my stuff.
Which stuff are you referring to?
My crotchal stuff. And I just landed right on it, and my legs were short enough to where they were like as long as the skateboard. And that's when I quit completely.
Wait, so you didn't hit yourself?
No, but it was dangerously
Such a
close.
near miss that you were like, I'm done.
I'm taking the hint.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must, I mean, if you really loved it, I feel like you would have been like, whoop, try not to let that happen.
I think even if I really loved it, I'd be like,
my balls are more important than my love for this sport.
And like, what are you going to do with it? Unless you're like super pro, you know, there are freaks out there.
That's true.
You're not going to get anywhere unless you're really good at it.
Yeah.
And I was not.
I guess if it just is like good exercise and you like the people who are doing it, I don't know, at the skate parks, but yeah.
Not worth it.
Not worth my balls. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I got kneed in the crotch one time really hard. I was working at this daycare. Obviously, it's different for ladies and dudes, but still, if you get
Still hurts.
it's still, oh my God. I was probably like 12, I don't know actually, because time is so funny and your recollection is so funny, but I was working as a young girl at a local daycare, and it was basically just like playing with the kids and running around with them and then wrangling them for lunch and stuff like that. And a couple of the girls were like hanging on me, and one girl like wrapped her arms around my waist, and I like lost my balance, and she fell backwards with her knee up, and I fell on her with my crotch. And it was hard. Like, I think I actually bled a little bit, and it hurt, and I felt like I couldn't just like huddle up into a ball and just cry. But it was like, you know,
Holy
I probably
crap.
went into the bathroom for a while, but super special. And I was like, this is kind of what a boy feels like, and maybe I won't try to kick them in the crotch anymore. But yeah, that was super special. I don't know. Yeah.
That's rough.
Crotch stuff is cool. Have you been kicked before or hit with a ball or something? You don't want to go into those.
It's pretty awful because I mean, for guys, like, you get hit and it gives you like this lower stomach pain, and it's just awful. They're so delicate. I mean, like, even a flick, like a little, would just make you want to lay down and cry a little.
Yeah, or a lot. I remember I was jokingly like going to kick a guy, like kind of miming it or whatever, and then he I don't know if he came a little closer or what, and I just like barely tapped him with my toe, and he was like, and I was like laughing, like, haha, you're just messing around. Like, he was really hurt, and it was like I toe flicked him in the bees, and I was like, that was an eye-opening experience. Wow.
To me,
really sorry.
It's similar to like your eyeballs, to like how delicate they are. Like, yeah, it doesn't take much.
Well, that's a nice segue. I don't know if you set it up that way.
What?
Eyeball stuff.
Like,
my incident with an eyeball puncture. Not puncture, I guess.
Oh gosh,
I don't know.
No, it was a poke, not a puncture though.
I guess a puncture would be a hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's okay.
I was gonna like spoil it, so.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
I won't.
When we lived in Cloverdale, we had this. I guess it was like a garage that was kind of converted into like a shop. And then when we moved in, when I was like 10. No, I had to be younger than that. I don't know. And we made it like a playroom, and so it's kind of half shop. I mean, we kept like extra like bookcases in there and stuff. And we ended up getting a pool table. Maybe it's like a used pool table from someone. And so we would like play pool sometimes like every day after school. We got pretty good at it. I feel like I got pretty good at it.
Nice.
I beat my dad a few times. Used to piss him off.
I've always been terrible at pool. Maybe as an adult, practice. I'd be better.
It's just practice. I mean, if you have access to a pool table every day.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was like a thing, and then friends would come over and whatever, you know, we would go out and do that. And my sister was, you know, she's like 7 years younger than me. So at that time she would have been pretty young. She was maybe like 6 or 7. And she's like dancing around with a pool cue in her hand. And I don't know if I just like walked into it or she was just flailing. I mean, just don't dance with pool cues. It's not safe, especially if you're shorter, because it was just at the right height and just bam, pop right in my eye. I feel like it was freshly chalked as well, which probably didn't help. So there's just like whatever the chalk is made of and just a pool cue, bam, in my eye, like in my eyeball, like maybe not the actual, oh God. It was like, imagine getting poked when you've gotten poked in the eye. It's like I'm remembering it, and just like compound that, you know, or multiply that times 10 or 50. I don't know. And it, I mean, so like when you've gotten like a finger in your eye and you're just like waiting for it to just go away, like you're squinting, you're opening, nope, not ready yet. Your eyes watering, you're putting water on it, whatever. It was like, but like forever, forever feeling. I mean, I was like in bed, they were treating me like an invalid because, and then it was like, I had like partly a black eye. I feel like it was my right. I don't remember. So it was like a black eye on my upper lid or lower lid, and then just like so red from being like scratched, basically.
Oh my God.
And it was so awful. I'm sure she felt really bad, even though now we joke about, you know, shut up or I'll poke you in the eye with a pool cue, but possibly one of the worst or the worst injury I've ever had. Because I've never broken any bones except for pinky toes, you know, which just like you sort of just let them heal. I think that was maybe the worst.
Crazy.
Yeah. It was a cool story to tell at school the next day, though. Everyone was asking me, what happened to your eye? Like, oh, cool.
I got in a fight. Should have seen the other girl.
Yeah. And it was just my sister beating me up with a pool cue. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Eye stuff is not fun.
It's not.
One time I was walking away from work through this alleyway type thing. And it must have just been like this kind of air tunnel type situation, because there was a bug flying through. It hit me in the eye, hurt like hell, and I got to my car finally and like looked at it, and it was just like a red like welt on my eyeball, on the white of my eye from a bug flying into it like top speed.
Do you think he died? Do you think that bug died?
He might have been stunned. I didn't see what it was, but it was either a massive fly or like a carpenter bee. It was very big and it hit me right in the freaking eyeball.
Ow. Well, shit. Watch where you're going.
Yeah, there was like a little red circle with like veins going to and from it, you know?
That's gross. Yeah. I don't like that.
Pretty cool.
Excuse me, I need to burp.
It's okay. But I'm sure it wasn't nearly as bad as your pool cue thing, because I recovered pretty quickly. It was just like,
but it's awful. Eye stuff is just awful. I mean, even just like accidentally wonking yourself in the eye. I feel like I did that the other day, and I was like, God. Oh yeah, someone one time when I worked at a big firm in the city, and me and this other girl were like, excuse me, rushing to make copies, and there's a paper jam, of course, when you're in a rush. And so we're opening all the drawers, and like she finds one of the papers and like yanks it out. And it like slices. I think it must have sliced, but like not gotten past the membrane or something. That was pretty bad too.
Your eye? Whoa.
It wasn't like, it didn't bleed, but it was like a paper cut in my eye.
Holy shit.
It was watering for like hours. And I think she thought I was being a wuss. I'm like, you cut me. You sliced me.
I would say you sympathize with me,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna punch you in the nose.
You give me some goddamn sympathy right now.
That's ridiculous. A paper
I think
cut
she
on
just
the eyeball?
didn't understand, or like, I don't know. She didn't know me that well. Thought I was being dramatic. She was from New York. She's probably like, yeah, I don't know.
I say, okay, well then let me hold you down and give you a fucking eyeball paper cut. Good Lord.
But it was just like weeping for like a few hours.
I think I would take the pool cue before that. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it was more like the mechanism that sounds horrible, but the pool cue incident was worse.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty. I kind of forgot about that. Well, and I was an adult, so like I knew you kind of do get used to kind of sucking it up a little bit, and I knew to just, I don't know, like baby it. I don't know. But when I was a kid, it was just confusing and sucked. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe I played it up a little because everyone was like bringing me food in bed and giving me stuff to watch or something. I don't know. Yeah, it sucks. Well, yeah. I inflicted an eye injury on someone. I really thought that this person was gonna like have a permanent injury because we had in Cloverdale. Pete always calls it the mythical Cloverdale house because it was really cool, and it was like 2 acres of vineyard. We had this cool red water tower. Like you can see it from the freeway if you're going up north, like at the northernmost end of Cloverdale. The freeway kind of curves around it. And so this big red water tower, and then fig tree, fruit trees, other fruit trees. Just a cool property. But then my parents got divorced, so they had to sell it because, yeah. But I had a friend over, and sometimes we'd climb the fig tree because it's like got big, thick branches. And then when it was in bloom, it was like you could go up there and like hide. I can't believe I didn't think more about bugs because I probably would have freaked out by now. But so I was in a branch above my friend, and I it grew figs. It was pretty cool. But I didn't realize that like they milked, like milkiness comes out of them. I don't know if you call it milk, but it was like white
juice.
Yeah, but it's white and it's extremely
sticky,
viscous and sticky.
So it's basically like sap.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, sorry about the puffing.
You don't have to yell at me.
I got excited because good job. So then my friend is below me, and I, for some reason, am inspired, and I squeeze this fig, and she looks up right as the drop of milky white sap or whatever drops, and it drops right in her eye. And I think I was lucky because it hit more like in the corner, like the inside, like where the duct is. Duct.
Oh,
and
that reminds me of a horrible story.
She was like blinking and like, and I was like, oh, come on, like thought she was just messing around. And eventually like she went home. And I was like, are you okay? Calling her and stuff. Like, shit, I am responsible for this girl going blind in her eye. And I think eventually like came out or worked its way out, but I felt so bad. Just like, I feel like as a kid, you have those moments where you instantly regret and you think, if only I could talk to myself 5 seconds earlier and say, don't do that. Like you throw something at someone and it like breaks their nose, or
oh my gosh,
it was like that. But I mean, took the fun out of climbing the fig tree from then on.
I'm sorry.
It was a marked day.
That sounds pretty horrible, having sap in your eye.
I felt really bad, but it was fun in the moment. I thought it was going to be funny just to like splat, like get her on the forehead or something when she's not. Because I was like, hey, so and so, and she looked up and it was like perfect. Yeah. It
sucks.
What is you got an eye story? What do you got?
I just was reminded of a horrible story when I got a like loogie booger in my eye.
Gross.
From another person.
What is wrong with people?
I don't remember how it happened, but oh my gosh, I was like retching.
That's
yeah. That was a really long time ago, but it was it was pretty awful. It was a friend. I don't remember how it happened.
Quote unquote friend.
I think he like snorted a thing and like coughed it. Yeah. I'll stop talking about it. It was really gross. It was really fucking gross.
That would haunt me till the end of my days.
I blocked it out of my mind, but then your story.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It should have stayed.
Your sap story reminded me when you were pointing to the tear duct.
Oh God, that's so nasty.
Yeah. It was really horrible.
Let's try to lock it back down deep.
Yeah.
So you don't have to remember it, and I don't
put that
either.
in the never go into vault.
So
what else you got over there? What else?
Oh, it just reminded me of that same friend, because she was, I think I was telling you, she was like the friend that I would get into shit with for some reason, because I was always a pretty compliant child, kind of a people pleaser,
rule follower,
a square, for sure,
a nerd.
Take it easy.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so with this person, I don't know if she was an instigator or I was, or it was just that combination, that formula, magical formula. Because we would just kind of get into shit, not like major shit, definitely not like other kids, but.
So give us an example.
Well, we used to go into the vineyard, and it kind of like came right up to the road practically, and we go hide when the grapes were blooming or whatever. Vineyard with, I don't know the not vernacular. I don't know the. Anyway,
it's okay.
We would
moving on.
We would throw grapes at the cars that passed, which isn't like. I mean, they're grapes. It's not like throwing apples. It's going to maybe like break a window or.
But you're still throwing things at vehicles, which you probably shouldn't do.
But they couldn't see us, and usually they wouldn't stop. And if they did, we would probably just run down the line and hide forever. So that was fun. And then one time we got. I feel like this was probably her idea because I'm not a bad child. Wasn't a bad child. Wasn't a bad child. We got into one of my parents' cars and we mooned someone when they drove by, which that's a huge deal for me because I don't do that. I don't like showing people my butt. But anyway, and so like when a car came by, we both just simultaneously like mooned them. And we were like little girls. I mean, basically.
And you're supposed to moon people in a moving vehicle so you can get away, not in a vehicle that's sitting parked with no one driving it.
I had no experience. Okay, this was my, fledgling attempt at moonerism, and I heard
about this thing people do.
I was following her lead, and then it was like, well, shit, if they stop, we're gonna have to jump out of this car, and they know where I live. Because we're just going to run in the house and then have to explain to my parents what the hell we just did. Luckily, I don't know if they saw, they kept on going, and that was like the end for me. I think I almost peed my pants laughing too, so I had to maybe go in and just like use the bathroom. And then I was like, I'm good. That was good for me. That was enough of a rush. I don't need to do that anymore. That was kind of edgy for me.
That's pretty edgy.
Pushing the limit.
Mooning people in a parked car? That's pretty edgy.
Or stupid? Just not smart.
You just parked on the side of the road with your butt pressed against the back window and your head sticking out the front saying, hey you, got 2 pressed hams for you.
Oh man. Yeah, it was good times. There wasn't a lot to do. I mean, there wasn't internet,
Yeah.
So you kind of, maybe it was good. You had to be creative with your playtime. Sometimes we'd go into the water tower, but it was probably like today you'd be like, that's a liability. That's a hazard.
Going into the water tower? Yeah.
Because like you would climb up and there's like these dilapidated ladders and stairs, like a ladder up to one level, up to the second level. And
a ladder missing bars.
Stairs. They didn't, but they weren't like, I don't think anyone had necessarily inspected it. I don't know. And it was super dirty, cobwebby, spidery. And then when you got up to the part where there was the actual water tank, you could open this little window thing that was more like a door because it was at foot level, at floor level, and there wasn't any railing or anything. So like we would have friends come over, we'd go up there, and like I don't remember my parents saying, "Don't do that, you're gonna fall out."
Probably because they never saw you.
Yeah, I think one time maybe they were around, and like I had a few friends come over, and we were playing up there, and it was like, I just feel like you wouldn't do that today.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing happened. It was
back
fine.
in the day. It was okay to climb on things. Now it's like, helicopter parents. And liability.
Yeah.
Well,
lawsuits.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, for sure. I think if one of those kids had fallen, we would have. I don't know if there would have been a lawsuit, but there would have been
probably not unless
medical
it was
bills
in the
to
90s.
be covered for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I think it probably was the 90s, but it was a cool property. Yeah. Good times. But
nice.
Yeah. Doing a lot of stuff with the natural landscape. Vineyards. Big trees, clearly. Yeah. That's all. I thought I was going somewhere else with that, but I wasn't.
That's okay.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you all for watching.
They're not watching.
Thank you all for listening.